Manufacturing organizations have invested time and money year after year and for decades now to build flexible, reliable, responsive, and efficient manufacturing and supply chains. COVID-19 resulted in disruptions across the demand and supply, and the efficacy of the last few decades of effort was put to test. If not all, most organizations struggled to match the demand and supply gap. While there was a surge in demand for essential goods, and organizations strived hard to meet the market demand, others struggled with huge piles of unwanted inventory in the supply chain. I'm sure this is a scenario that a lot of the listeners today can correlate to. The impact of COVID-19 will last long and create a deep dent on the global economy. As markets are opening in a phased manner, leaders in the manufacturing sector are deliberating on what strategic changes are required to stay profitable. How do I remain significant in the post-COVID era? How do we address unpredicted demand fluctuations? When will the demand peak again for us? How will the segmentation of my customers and suppliers change in the post-COVID era? Clearly, the list of questions is quite long. Uncertainty exists and will drive companies to have a robust yet agile strategy and a much higher level of rigor towards cost optimization, productivity, and efficiency improvement. Is technology really the answer to some of these questions, if not all of them? There have been multiple forums where we've been discussing the role that the technology has played. How have companies who had technology fared better? How can technology help us get or manage the current situation better? Forward-looking companies adopted technology in their manufacturing processes ahead of their competitors. How has this technology helped these organizations cope with the current situation? Were they better positioned to manage their operations in this pandemic compared to their competitors? What role did the technology really play for them? I'm sure many of us are curious to get answers to these questions. In my upcoming webinar, we will focus on one such technology, the manufacturing execution system, which is a core shop floor technology used by companies to manage their day-to-day operations. I will be in conversation with Mr. Martin Navratil, Director Manufacturing Network Development at Kony Corporation, who has been driving the MES program in his organization for a while now. We will understand from him how MES helped him build a reliable, resilient operations, what are the key benefits accrued by his organization, and how does he see the role of MES changing in the post-COVID era. Manufacturing execution system has been and seen as one of the founding block of a digital transformation for manufacturing organization. Does the theory still hold true? Do we really need to go through the manufacturing execution system as the starting point? How can we leverage it to drive our operational challenges and operational efficiencies? We will have Mr. Martin answer a few of these questions for us. In the next segment, we will talk about challenges being faced by organizations in pursuing their MES journey. Cash flow management is a focus for most organizations in these uncertain times. CFOs have got a significant role to play to ensure that we save cash for the unprecedented and unthoughtful times that might be coming up. New investments in IT are likely to be deferred, and focus will be on maximizing the utilization of existing infrastructure. Companies will hunt for cost-saving opportunities, and IT spend will be no exception. There will be a need to explore innovative approaches, business models, and solutions from service providers that can successfully manage the manufacturer's current landscape and IT programs, and at the same time reduce overall cost. In this segment of the webinar, I shall present to you ITC Infotech's 4D MES framework that helps organizations maximize value from existing MES programs and enable continuation of the journey with significant risk reduction. I'm sure this sounds exciting to a lot of you, and you would be interested to know how can ITC help continue your MES program in these unprecedented times. To know more, join me in the upcoming webinar. I also believe that the discussion would be incomplete without considering the perspective of a consultant in addition to that of a practitioner and a service provider. Having been a consultant myself, I strongly believe in the holistic perspective that we consultants bring to the conversation. Joining me, along with Mr. Martin, will be Mr. Parik Jain, who is the founder, Parik Consulting and EIRtrend.com, to help us understand how manufacturing companies are managing their ongoing MES programs. What role is MES playing in the post-COVID or in the current COVID era, and what role will it play in the post-COVID era? And what is his advice to organizations that are in the midst of the MES journey or planning to start one? Join me for an enriching conversation on 9th July at 6 p.m. IST to get answers to the questions that we just posed a while back. The registration details are on the screen. I look forward to interacting with you all during this webinar. Thank you so much.